All right, welcome again, everyone. And at this point, I would like to extend our huge congratulations on your admission to Cal Poly. We know that you have worked very hard to reach this critical milestone. And also, although one of your most important steps in your life, the beginning of your college journey starts in the midst of pandemic, I would like to remind you that the world is still beautiful, amazing, and loving place. Despite the fear that you might be feeling right now, I want you to know that you are a part of historical movement in time what will challenge and change this world. And as scary as it sounds right now and all this uncertainty we have, I'm confident that you will have a great opportunity here on campus to learn, to change the world, to change yourself. And the approach Cal Poly using, learn by doing, is a perfect place to get ready for that change as a day one. We also would like to express our gratitude to the many people who helped you to achieve your admission accomplishment, to all the supporters and family who stood by you and who were providing you with continuous help. We do not have a single doubt that they instill you with the wisdom and knowledge sufficient enough to start your successful life and career here at Cal Poly. Please give them a huge round of applause and a big hug. Before we begin the presentation, I would like to remind you some of our house rules. Today's webinar is recorded and we will be able to share the link with you after the event is complete. I also would like to invite you to share your comments and questions using the Q&A section of the webinar. We are going to disable the chat option for attendees at this point. And you can turn off your camera if you would like to, or keep it on as you wish. And the last reminder, we will be uploading some campus information and campus resources in the chat. Please make sure that you download those files and save them on your computer. And at this point, I would like to also to introduce our keynote speakers and thank them for joining us tonight. Please welcome Carrie Vanderkar, the Senior International Officer and Associate Vice Provost for International Programs. Our International Center is also going to be represented by the Associate Director for International Student and Scholar Services, Judy Mitchell, and International Student and Scholar Specialist, Susan Tripp. We are very excited to have Eileen, Vicker, Executive Director of Career Services, joining us tonight, and Zachary Zimmerman, Housing, Events, and Outreach Specialist. And last but definitely not the least, we'll have two of our students joining us. Please welcome Alessandro Saris, a third-year Business Administration student from Italy, and Minami Kawamoto, a third-year Business Administration student from Japan. And let's begin. For over 100 years, Cal Poly is a dream destination for thousands of California American students and international students. This year, more than 65 students were competing for almost 6,000 places here at Cal Poly, and you are among those who were admitted to start their studies here with us in fall. Our success story is based on 5 important pillars. We bring the best students, not only from California and the United States, but all around the world to interact with the world-class faculty members who are using learn by doing approach, not only in their teaching, but also in their research activities. We're using the cutting edge technology and the state-of-art facilities to advocate experimental learning, and we live, work, learn, and dream on the beautiful Central Coast in San Luis Obispo. San Luis Obispo, or how we call it SLO, is located midway between San Francisco and Los Angeles and minutes away from the beaches. SLO is considered the happiest place in the United States, and it's both the place and lifestyle. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, if you like hiking and enjoying the outdoors, be ready to embark on the incredible journey of discovering beautiful scenery around San Luis Obispo. But SLO, it's not only about nature. The music festival, film festivals, the farmer markets, wineries, and the famous California cuisine, it's a perfect combination which can give you the vibe of this big city and a small town. It's also one of the best places, and actually it was named the best college town by College Rank Here in SLO, you will experience a local charm and friendliness of a small town, but also a lot of things which you can experience in a big city. The city is tailored to the college students. We have free public transportation, so parents, you don't really have to buy your freshman a car here in SLO. And at this point, I would like to introduce our first key speaker, who is joining us tonight. And I would like you to welcome Dr. Vanderkar, who will be introducing our International Center to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Roxana. I'm really excited and pleased to be here tonight with all of you. And I'm so thankful that you took this time to check in with us and learn more about Cal Poly. As Roxana said, I am Carrie Vanderkar. I oversee the International Center here at Cal Poly and serve as the Senior International Officer. And what that means is that the International Center is the place to go for pretty much most things international. We support our international students and scholars, and my colleagues will talk some more today, this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. They'll share more about what we do and some of our particular services and opportunities. I also work with colleagues who help support our students who want to study abroad. And some of you might consider another opportunity to either study outside of the country when you're maybe in your third year here at Cal Poly, for example. Some students do that. Overall, though, I'd like to say that we are here to support you. The International Center is a place where you can go. We have multiple resources and programming, and I'll highlight a few of them as well as have my colleagues share some more details. I've been here at Cal Poly about 8 years, and in that time, it's been very exciting to see our partnership with the admissions office, where Roxana works, really flourish in ways that have helped to support more international students to come to Cal Poly. So we are very excited and honored that students choose Cal Poly from all over the world. A couple of things about your time here at Cal Poly. I hope that you saw from the pictures and heard from what Roxana said that it's a beautiful place to live. And I know that sounds maybe for us to say that is something that we really do cherish and really appreciate about where we live. It's a beautiful community, a welcoming community, one that offers many opportunities for outdoor activities. We have really pretty decent weather year-round for hiking, for beaches, for surfing, activities that you can do with friends that you make here at Cal Poly. And the community has many outdoor markets and opportunities for you to enjoy our natural setting here. We are eager to welcome you here to campus. You are welcome here. We value your perspectives. We value your cultural backgrounds, all that you bring to your studies here at Cal Poly and to the community. So faculty and staff are interested in getting to know you, and we have a wonderful program for you to consider where we have faculty and staff agree to be your Poly hosts. You'll hear us say many things related to Cal Poly or Poly, and the Poly International Host Program is a wonderful way for you to be connected to an employee to share meals or holidays, potentially vacations. We also have a wonderful program with our students, current students, international students, and domestic students who want to welcome you here to Cal Poly and help you be connected, take you out for beach bonfires or other activities. And we're really looking forward to those opportunities as we come out of this pandemic. We want your transition to your life here in the community to be smooth and really positive. We host a number of activities during the year, including our International Festival. We'd love to have you take part in that, as well as other activities like student panels, our trivia and movie nights, and coffee and tea social hours. So please come, be connected with us. We'd love to help you. And we'll share some more about what it means to get our support related to your immigration status and visa documents. But for now, thank you again for taking this time to be with us. We're thrilled that you're considering Cal Poly, and I hope to be able to connect with you when you come in the fall. Please stop by. So now I'll turn it over to my colleagues, Judy Mitchell, who is Associate Director for International Students and Scholars, and Susan Tripp, who serves as our specialist related to immigration. I'll turn it over to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Hi, I'd like to also congratulate you on your admission and welcome you and hope to see you at Cal Poly. I'm Judy Mitchell. I am the Associate Director for International Student and Scholar Services and also the team lead for the section of our office that provides direct support to you. And you can see in this picture, there's Einstein, of course, but in addition, the other staff pictured, Susan, I'm sitting down and Susan Tripp is behind me, and next to her is Bianca Silva. She is an international student advisor, and Stella Pascat is an administrative support coordinator. And we will all be working with you and helping you. And one of the advantages of Cal Poly is that we try our best to be very responsive to you. We do have a relatively small international student population compared to some of the other CSU campuses. And while we are excited to be growing our numbers, we are still very accessible to you. We try to meet with students on a same-day basis as much as possible. We're currently meeting with students through Zoom appointments because we're working remotely. But when we're back on campus, hopefully we'll be able to meet with you in person, or if you feel more comfortable, we can continue with having Zoom appointments. We organize activities and we do visa advising. And I will probably, explain a little bit more about that later when we have some other slides come up about that. But at this point, I think what I'll do is I'll turn it over to Susan Tripp, and she can explain about the I-20 process for those of you who do need to apply for an F1 student visa. And for those of you who may be attending in another visa category, and if you have any specific questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you and answer any questions. Or in the future, if you might need to change to an F1 student visa, we are here to help you through that process and explain the immigration regulations and just to help you so that you don't have to stress about that part of your student experience at Cal Poly. So I'll turn it over to Susan.
Thank you, Judy. Welcome, everybody. So glad that you were able to join us. So as Judy mentioned, not only do we help the F1 visa students, but we're also very happy to help anybody in another visa type. And primarily what students are interested in the visa information form for is to get an I-20 issued, but it's also, the visa information. It's also the form that we use to collect visa information for the other visa students who don't need an I-20. So if everyone would please fill out that form, that would be wonderful. If you ever have any trouble accessing it, you can let me know. I'm going to be walking you through that. If you do need an I-20, you first must accept your admission offer before we can provide the I-20 to you. You can still go ahead and submit that visa information form, but we won't be able to actually issue the I-20 and admissions won't send out a paper acceptance letter if you need that until you accept that offer. If you do need a paper letter, you can email me and let me know, and I can let admissions know. We have a system where we mark your record and then they produce those letters once a week. But what you'll want to do to get the process started is go to intlservices.calpoly.edu. That's that webpage there that's on the screen. And then I'll show you, the next slide shows what that page looks like. And you'll still click on where it says new students. And then that brings up the new students page, which is the next slide. And then there's a little information there, just a little bit about what I just said. And you're gonna click that button that says to log into my homepage. And so when you log in there, you'll go click that student login button, and then you'll log in with your regular Cal Poly credentials, just like you do when you go into the My Cal Poly portal. And then that will take you to your user homepage, and then you'll see under Fall 2021 is the visa information form for degree students. So that little underline is a link, and you'll click that, and that will open up the form. And the form is going to ask you a lot of questions, and it's going to ask you to upload scan of your the photo page of your passport and financial documents. It will explain how much funding we need to see. To get an idea of that now, if you wanted to just go to the financial aid webpage, to the cost of attendance for the year, you can see there what the cost of attendance is. So in order to issue the I-20, we need to see proof of funds for the first year. And that's what that financial aid webpage does show. It shows an estimated cost, including living expenses and books and tuition and everything and insurance for the full year. And so all documents must be legible. It's preferable if you use a scanner to scan the documents in, like in a PDF form, so that they're really crisp and easy to read. But if you don't have access to that, and if you take a really, really good photo of it, we can accept that as well. And the documents should be in English wherever possible. I understand sometimes in bank statements that could be tricky, but if it's hard to get a bank statement like your regular printed statement that you get monthly, perhaps you can ask your bank to issue a letter in English just to help show your proof of funds. And that's it. If you have any questions along the way, you can email us at intlservices@calpoly.edu, and we'll help you through the process.
Thank you, Susan.
And
you have
yes.
to unmute yourself.
Sorry. So in addition to visa advising, our office provides a lot of different programs, and Carrie mentioned a few of them. The International Welcome Ambassador Program, this program that connects you with current Cal Poly students, both domestic and international, is something that I hope all of you take part in. It's a free program, and it's really, really useful to be able to get connected to a Cal Poly student even before you leave home, to be able to ask questions. And the students can answer a lot of the questions that as staff and faculty that we really, can't always tell you, like the best place to go for certain things that students like to do or activities and things. And it's just, I think, a really good support program. These students, the domestic students who get involved in this program, have in most cases have studied abroad themselves. So they know what it's like to be an international student. And when they come back to Cal Poly, they contact our office and they say, I'd like to really, to get involved and get to know international students here at Cal Poly, because I miss being, in other countries and getting to know different people from all over the world. So they're very anxious to get to know you and to help you, because Cal Poly is a large campus and it can seem overwhelming. So it's really nice to get connected and to start making friends and to go to activities and events, sporting events together, and just to really feel connected at Cal Poly from the beginning. And if any of you have any concerns or any hesitation about your English conversation ability, or you want to improve that, I have a program to match you with another student to practice your English. So in a comfortable, safe environment, you can get some feedback and you can work on that. And it's a fun thing to do, another way to connect with another student. We also have a weekly coffee and tea time, and we're hoping to get back to that in this year, to do some of the things in person that we weren't able to do this year. And the weekly coffee and tea is really nice because it's a very informal time where you can come and go. You can come grab some coffee and a snack and stay for a few minutes, or stay for the hour if you'd like. But it's a nice time just to see people in between classes and touch base. And we are there to be able to ask questions of an international student advisor. There's usually Bianca or myself will be there. So if you have questions and you just wanted to chat with us informally, you can do that. And Carrie talked about our international polyhost, where you can get connected with either like a family on campus, staff or faculty family, or some individuals also would like to get to know students, and you can get connected with people like that as well. And also off-campus excursions are another thing that we try to provide to help you get to see a little bit of the area as well, as much as possible. So we do a lot that we can do to try to help you have a really good experience, because we understand the importance of your studies, and obviously those do come first, but you do need to have some time where you can socialize and get to know people and get to know the campus and the area. So we're very happy to try to do what we can to help in that way, to help connect you, and we encourage you to get involved. The Cal Poly campus will have many activities and programs and information and things throughout the year, so there'll be a lot of things for you to get involved with. And this is just one more slide to emphasize our international welcome ambassadors. You can kind of see a picture of students that we've had involved in the past. And like I said, this will be a support system for you before you leave home and when you arrive. And if you arrive at the local airport, we have tried to pick students up from there. If you do arrive at Los Angeles Airport or San Francisco Airport, we will encourage you to try to get a connecting flight or give you information how to take the train into SLO, because it is 3 to 4 hours drive to go to those airports, to Cal Poly. And so then the students, like I said, will be able to help answer questions regarding life in San Luis Obispo and your student life at Cal Poly. I think we're on to career services.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Judy. And I would like to welcome the Executive Director of Career Services, Eileen Vicker, who will talk a little bit more about the services provided to international students.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Eileen Vicker. I oversee the Career Services Office at Cal Poly. And my team and myself, we're here to support you throughout your college year as early as your first year. What I want to do tonight is overview some of our services and then drill it down to specific services and offerings that we provide international students. But our office is set up based on career counseling and education. And then the other half is employer services and job development. And my two teams work together to ensure that you're clear about what you want to do short-term and long-term, and then provide you meaningful connections, jobs, internships, graduate school opportunities, and networking opportunities throughout your college career. An important note too is that you also have lifetime access to our office, and that's for free. So the next slide. So I want to introduce you to my freshman focus team. This is Jade, Hannah, and Tommy. So this 3-member team works with you as early as slow days, orientation, and throughout your first year at Cal Poly. I'll talk about transfer students in a minute, but for the new first years just coming to our university, they'll help you with discovering career possibilities related to your major, how to jumpstart your career planning. They'll help you with self-assessment, values, interests, personality, etc. They also coach you on resume writing, the internship search, but basically get you grounded in how to know yourself and know different options. So you're grounded in the beginnings of your career decision-making process. And then after your first year, and then this includes transfers, then you would work with a college specialist, which is the next slide, a college specialist, and I have one career counselor per college. So they work with sophomores through seniors, and then also all Cal Poly alumni. So this is Laura, Jade again, she has multiple roles in my office, Krista, Travis, Lily, and Tammy. A wonderful team, and they are really focused on helping you with internship and job search, the graduate school search, helping you explore your career direction, set plans in motion, and you can meet with them one-on-one. They go into a lot of classrooms to do presentations. They facilitate workshops, groups, and programs. And again, job search, internship search, resume, cover letter, interviewing skills, graduate school application, networking with alumni and employers. So anything related to career and life success, they'll support you in your journey. And then some of the resources I mentioned already, but just to highlight again, you can schedule an appointment with our counselors, or you can come into our daily drop-in hours and connect with someone for 15 minutes. But if you want to sit down for 30 minutes to an hour, I would recommend setting up an appointment online. And then again, we offer workshop panels and events. Our career counselors also do groups. So if you want to do a deep dive into, let's say, mindfulness and careers, or join an internship group or a job search group, they offer them throughout the year as well. On our website, and I will post that in the chat later, we have lots of online resources to support you. And we also have a professional clothing closet. So we have gently used professional clothes to support students who may not have a professional wardrobe. And that's open all year long for you. Just some of our many resources. So I mentioned the employer services side of our office. So I have an awesome employer services team that's constantly developing new relationships with employers and alumni, nurturing old relationships. So we're always trying to keep the gateway, the pipelines open to offer you opportunities. So one platform that I want you to activate as soon as you accept your offer to Cal Poly is Mustang Jobs powered by Handshake. We post more than 35,000 jobs and internships and fellowships a year. About 20% of the companies that post on this system are open to all types of work authorizations, including CPT and OPT. So about 20% a year. Even in COVID, our postings are only down about 20%. So I feel like it could be worse. So 20% is not that bad. We're still averaging about 20% of those positions are open to different, to CPT and OPT. We have these amazing cultural career fair events throughout the year. We have 8 to 10 career fair networking events. When we're in person, I can have about 200 employers at an event, up to 4,000 to 5,000 students. About 35 to 40% of all the employers that come back are staffed by alumni. So it truly is a joyous occasion for you to connect with employers and alumni, one, to apply for internships and jobs, but also just to network and see what type of organizations are recruiting Cal Poly talent. We offer interviews in conjunction with the career fairs. We also do one-on-one interviews in our office. We have rooms in our office. So if you want to do telephone or Zoom interviews during the course of the year, you can schedule them so you can have some privacy within our professional office space. We also have lots of companies and organizations that do information sessions, and we have lots of alumni networking events. And through COVID, we have kept all these programs alive. We're just doing them virtual, which is exciting. This is Cal Poly Career Connections. I am really excited about. We launched this a year ago. Our goal was to get 10% student engagement within the first year, and we ended up getting 26%. So we have 8,000 students and alumni on this platform, and it truly is a networking platform. So you can connect with alumni, United States, all the countries across the planet, and it keeps growing and growing. You can network one-on-one. We also set up open and closed groups where you can network. And we do, in February of this year, we launched an international student group. So that's another group you can join after you begin Cal Poly. So really exciting platform and growing month by month. Okay, I also want to talk about our outcomes. So we ask you before graduation and within 9 months of graduation, what are you doing? How did Cal Poly help you with your career and graduate school goals? And we average between 93 and 95% positively engaged. And what that means that they have jobs or graduate school placements, or they're pursuing some type of intentional pursuit. So we average. So we feel really good about how the Cal Poly Learn by Doing education and the Career Services Office partners with our vibrant network to ensure that you're successful in your goals. And about 47% of our students or our graduates are saying that they're working through career services to get their post-graduation opportunity. They're also looking online. They're getting jobs from internships, personal referrals, and academic departments. So we are definitely a community of belonging in so many ways, but we all collaborate together, again, to ensure that you reach your goals. And then here's just more information about our outcome reports. So this is California information on the left. The top 3 preferred destinations in California, Bay Area #1, and then San Luis Obispo County and LA County. We keep switching back and forth. Very close. SLO is actually gaining. There's a lot of economic development happening locally, so there are more opportunities for our students, both international students and US citizens. But those are the primary areas in the state of California. And about 85% to 88% of our students stay in California. On the right-hand side, it gives you the average annual salary. And compared to the majority of colleges and universities across the country, we're in the higher tier. So again, it's competitive to get into Cal Poly. You work really hard when you're at Cal Poly. With the experiential learning in the classroom and the academics and theory combined, you are very marketable to employers. So know that you will be in demand. And then you'll see the salaries broken down by colleges. And these are salaries and jobs, again, just within the first year of graduation. It's not the end game of your careers, it's just the starting point, but it's a really good starting point. And then I want to talk about our supporting international students. So we work very closely with Carrie and her team in international programs, but we like to promote a couple student organizations. And I'm assuming they'll get this PowerPoint because these are all linked. So there's an international club that you can join. There's an international student friendship club that you may be interested in. Also some career resources on our website. We have the US job search for international students with really good information. Going Global is a wonderful platform that teaches you about jobs in other countries and jobs and internships in the United States. We have information about work authorization and then other resources for you to find jobs and internships. Whether it's in America, your home country, or another country. That's exciting. I think, I talked about our the Career Connections, a group. on the platform powered by People Grove. But the other thing is that we have an international diversity liaison team that works with Carrie's team, and we do collaborative programming. We often do one-on-one hours over in Carrie's area. So again, in addition to the career counseling, I have a 3-member team that does additional research, reporting, and services for you. And what I'm going to do in the chat is I'm going to list the top US state destinations, both for international and US citizens. I'm also going to cut and paste a list of the top 10 countries that our students go to. Again, it's both international and US citizens. And then the final thing is I'm going to give you a link to the graduate status report so you can actually go and see what students are doing in all the different majors at Cal Poly. And then I'll be here at the end to answer any questions that you may have. But thank you. And that's my team. They're awesome. They're very eager to work with you. But again, I'll be here at the end of the session to answer questions, and you can always follow up with me independently as well. I'll throw my email into the chat. I hope to see you at Cal Poly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eileen. And we are particularly proud here at Cal Poly about the employability of our graduates. And it's one of the reasons why we're really getting those 65,000 applications every year, because local employers and California employers do know our students and do know the quality of education here at Cal Poly. So I'm hoping that you will be able to join us and be part of this movement. And next, I would like to introduce Zachary Zimmerman, who is going to talk a little bit more about the housing options for international students here on campus.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Zach Zimmerman. I use he, his pronouns, and as Roxana said, I'm the Events and Outreach Specialist for University Housing. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about what life is like up here on campus. So a quick look at what we have going here in University Housing. We house about 8,000 residents at Cal Poly, and we have 20 different residential learning communities, or RLCs, and we'll talk a little bit more about those here in just a minute. We have 5 different residence halls for first-year students, and then I know we have some transfer and continuing students here as well, and we have 2 apartment communities for you. We have 2 package centers for all your shipping and receiving needs. We have a whole smattering of market and eateries on campus for all kinds of different delicious food. We have over 200, oops, something just popped up right where I was reading. We offer 24/7 support, and then we have over 200 student staff that help us do that 24/7 support. We have a mix of professional and student staff available to make sure that you are comfortable and safe and all your needs are being met up on campus. So a little bit about applying for housing here with us on Cal Poly. First year students are required to live on campus, and the 2021-22 housing application will open on Thursday, April 8th, just a couple weeks from now. And the application will appear on your housing portal 24 to 48 hours after you accept admittance to Cal Poly. So it's very important that you accept your offer first, and then you'll be able to go into your housing portal starting on April 8th and complete the housing application. So then once you complete your housing application, then we will open up a different part of your housing portal, and that's where you'll go in and be able to edit your preferences, including if you have any roommates you'd like to live with, which RLC, which residential learning community you'd like to live in, and things like that. You can edit those until May 7th, and then after that, you'll be assigned to a community in early August, about a month before school starts. If you're a transfer student, you are not required to live on campus, but we only have limited spots this year, so we highly recommend that you fill out the application as soon as it opens. And that also opens, by the way, on April 8th. So that's an important day for you to keep note of if you're planning on joining us here in San Luis Obispo. And some of our programs, depending on what you're studying, are in our 2-year housing program. So we like to put in a note about that. And you'll be notified if your school is part of the 2-year housing program when you accept your notice of admission. So if you're joining us for the College of Architecture or Agriculture or Engineering this year, it's a new school, engineering, joining us. Agriculture and architecture have been with us a couple years now in the 2-year housing program, as well as our Cal Poly scholars and our student athletes all live with us 2 years on campus. And so I mentioned earlier about those RLCs, the residential learning communities. So we do things a little bit differently here in university housing at Cal Poly, where we don't let you pick which building you're going to live in expressly. We pick which RLC you're going to live in. So you can either pick a college-based RLC, a program-based RLC, or a culture or identity-based RLC. So the next slide shows a few more details about what's offered for our first-year students, and then we'll cover that for our transfer students as well. But just know that when you're applying for housing, one of the preferences that you'll select is which RLC you'd prefer to be involved in. So you're not going to we'll show you a few of the buildings, by the way, here in a minute as well. You're not going to pick which building you live in. You're going to pick which community you want to live in. And then we see each year how many people want to be in each community, and then we decide which building they're going to be in. So it's not like the leadership community is always in one building, the honors community is always in another. We decide based on the interest levels of each year. So you can see the full list here of which learning communities are available to our first-year students. And then we'll go ahead onto the next slide, and then I guess we'll go through the rest of the first-year stuff, and then we'll go back to our transfer learning communities. So if you are a transfer student, stick with me for just a minute, and we'll go back to our transfer RLCs. But a word here about our first-year amenities. You can see these pictures are a few of our different residence halls here on Cal Poly campus. We've got a mix of doubles, triples, and quad rooms, and of course, we're going to qualify that with based on public health conditions, that we are hopeful that will be at full occupancy. We are not certain yet. So we will keep you updated as the public health conditions evolve, and we're in constant communication with both the local and state level here in California to figure out how many folks we're allowed to safely house on campus. This year, for example, we had everybody in single rooms, and then we had our apartments with some folks sharing communal bathrooms, but everybody had their own bedroom. So no doubles or triples or quads this year, but we're hopeful for next year that we'll be able to offer roommates and a few more spots on campus for everyone. So all of these places you'll find are fully furnished, and you can see the breakdown of what exactly is included. What does the bed look like? What does the dresser look like? What does your desk look like? Things like that. That's all available on our website. And I'll throw it in the chat later, but if anybody has another page open right now, you can see on the bottom of these slides too, it's housing.calpoly.edu. There are study and recreation spaces in each one of these communities, cleaning service for common areas. We've got streaming TV available, as well as community kitchens if you'd like to cook with some of your new friends, and laundry facilities are included for everyone as well. And then, as I mentioned, our transfer learning communities. So if you're a transfer student, you've got a few options here of which learning community you might like to select when you're filling out your housing application. And then we'll show that next slide, I believe, is going to show our transfer amenities and locations. We've got our Cerro Vista apartments on the right and our Poly Canyon Village on the left. Those are our two apartment complexes that generally house our continuing and transfer students. In these buildings, you'll find private or shared room options. So you can see there, it says either there are 4-person, 4-bedroom apartments. That's the most common. We have some 5-person, 5-bedroom apartments. And then we have some 6-person, 4-bedroom apartments. So that would be 2 people sharing rooms and then 2 people having their own rooms. And each one of those layouts has 2 bathrooms. So these apartments also come with a full kitchen, a living room that you share with your suite mates. Like I mentioned, 2 bathrooms fully furnished again, and laundry also included over there. And there's also a community center and a pool located in our apartment complexes as well. So I mentioned a little bit earlier about our plans for occupancy in COVID-19. We are anticipating returning to in-person classes for fall, and we are also still working on determining what our occupancy levels will look like. So please keep an eye on your email from University Housing, and we'll keep you posted as soon as we have any other information to share. So again, housing.calpoly.edu. Feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A, and I'll be here at the end to answer any questions that you might have. So thanks again for joining us. Fun to see lots of different continents represented, and we hopefully will see you all in San Luis Obispo in the fall.
Thank you so much, Zach, for your presentation. And now I would like to give a turn to our international students, and I would like to introduce you to Alessandro Saris, our third-year business administration student from Italy.
Hello, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Alessandro Saris, and I'm originally from Milano in Italy. I came to California as an exchange student my senior year of high school, and I started my college education at Monterey Peninsula College, which is a community college a couple hours away from SLO, and I transferred to Cal Poly last fall in 2020. I will be actually graduating in spring 2021 from the Orfalea College of Business in business administration with a concentration in information systems. Transitioning from semester system that was at my community college to a quarter system, it wasn't easy, but the Cal Poly staff and the student advisors, the professors have been really helpful in making the transition as smooth as possible. So make sure to reach out, and if you have any questions or if you are not sure about something, because they're really there to help you and save you a lot of time and headaches. As you can imagine, since I started last fall, my experience at Cal Poly has been 100% virtual, which of course it has its pros and cons. All the professors have been really flexible and available to meet through Zoom during and especially after their office hours by simply managing appointments through emails. In fact, I've actually been to more office hours in the last few months than all my school education in high school and previous college. The biggest advantages of the virtual learning has been efficiency, being able to stop or rewatch lessons, or sometimes for certain professors increase the speed has been really helpful in in understanding all the topics. And it also has been helpful the fact that I've been able to take more than the classes that I would be in person, and which is allowing me to graduate a year sooner than expected. Of course, the biggest downside of being fully virtual is the fact that you're not around other students, and especially the fact that there's a really limited accessibility to the facilities of the school. But it seems to be things are opening up, and SLO in general has been opening up. So hopefully by fall everything will be ready to go. I have in fact been living off campus in SLO since September, and despite the period of lockdown and the curfew, I'm really glad I moved to SLO. SLO is beautiful. It's warm and hot most of the year, hot in summer, winter, a little chilly, but nothing like Milan in Italy. There's tons of beautiful hikes to go. I'm still going to new ones almost every weekend. And there is great restaurants, few bars for the ones that are that age. And in just 15 minutes, you can literally drive to 34 different beaches. I personally love Avila Beach. I think it's gorgeous. Pismo Beach, Shell Beach, great beaches too, especially to surf or to start surfing, as I've done since I moved here. So just remember that the water is not it's not super warm. So just make sure you get a wetsuit if you want to jump in. And continue to all the incoming students, I definitely recommend to first thing enroll in the classes as soon as registration time opens. It is extremely competitive to get into the spots in the classes, so make sure you're not procrastinating, especially on that. And I also like to reinforce the importance of reach out to your peers, reach out to students, advisors, reach out to professors and the staff at Cal Poly. If you have any questions, don't be shy, because they really are there to help you, and they really respond in a short amount of time. Being able to get meeting with an advisor literally the same day has been really helpful to be on track with my studies and enroll in the correct classes every quarter. So just in conclusion, if there's any student who would like to reach out asking about how it's been transferring to Cal Poly, or if there's any incoming students who has any questions about business and information systems, or simply recommendations about restaurants, feel free to contact me. I'll share my email in the chat. So don't be shy and contact me if you like. And just to conclude, oh, if you like Italian pizza, you gotta go to Flower House. They did not pay me for this, but I just wanted to share a great pizza place for a real Italian style pizza. So hope to hear from you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Alessandra, and thank you for all your valuable tips. It's greatly appreciated, especially about pizza. I think I'm going to be the one who is going to jump on that. And our next student is from Japan. Her name is Minami Kawamoto, and she is third year business administration student. Welcome, Minami.
Hi everyone, my name is Minami Kawamoto. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And congratulations everyone, I'm very excited for you all. And I hope you will be able to gain valuable experiences at Cal Poly and make the most out of it during your college life at Cal Poly. As Loxana mentioned before, I originally came from Japan. I'm also a transfer student here from community college in Orange County area. And I'm actually senior year and I'm about to graduate this upcoming quarter, like Alessandro. And I'm also a business business administration major in concentrating accounting. And when I transferred here at Cal Poly, my housing was on campus. I actually lived in Cerro Vista apartment. And well, Alessandro covered like most of everything. So I don't think I can go over how awesome slow location it is. But I also go to hiking like almost every weekend as well. There are like three big main mountains called Bishop and it's a Bishop P and oh god, well, Madonna. Oh god, I don't know why I couldn't. Maybe I'm just nervous a little bit. But yeah, I go hiking every weekend, and those three usually like there are like some like challenge. It's called like tri-tip challenge. If you complete it in like a day, like you completed like tri-tip challenge and everything. It's very fun. And then I go with my friends, and then I also go with go to the beach with my friends as well. And yeah, so and also as one of the slides covered, I am also a part of a Iowa International Welcome Ambassador program for the academic year of 2020 to 2021. Within the program, there are like various Iowa events such as bonfires and kayaking and everything. When it was in person, they had like all the awesome events with Iowa members. But even virtual environment, there are like so many events that has been coordinated virtually, and it will help you make friends and keep in touch with Cal Poly community, even during the virtual environment. So if you're interested, feel free to apply to the program. You can also get connected with one of our Iowa members. All the information will be sent via Cal Poly email. So please check out your emails when it's close to your start day at Cal Poly. In terms of my career, I did CPT last summer and currently applying for OPT. In the chat, there's a list of companies that you can do probably apply for CPT or OPT. My company is not listed here, but my company was one of the big 4 accounting firm, and I got a full-time offer upon my graduation after spring break, spring quarter. And I think getting job in the US is extremely difficult, but it's not impossible. Making connection and network with various professionals during the career events is very important. I strongly recommend stay connected with all the information via emails from schools and all the career platforms. Depending on your college you're going to. And yeah, congratulations again, everyone. If you have any other questions, I'm more than welcome to answer anything in the Q&A chat here. I can also put my personal email as well. And after the meeting, if you ever have new questions, you can also reach out to me or International Student Center via email. The faculty members are also more than welcome to help you guys. And they're very welcoming. So yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Minami. I know we went a little bit over time, and I still want to ask maybe 2 questions from the Q&A section, which was not answered. One of them is, how can I connect with students before the semester begins? I wonder if our International Center will be able to answer those questions.
I think Judy is typing an answer to that, but I would suggest that you connect with an international welcome ambassador, and Bianca is in the process of interviewing and those students now, getting them all set up for you. So she'll be sending out a form for you to fill out to join the program, and your welcome ambassadors will reach out to you. You can ask them questions before you arrive. They can meet with you through Zoom or through email, whatever works for you. We also have a WhatsApp group, so you can connect through WhatsApp. So there's lots of different ways that you can connect with students before you come. And the Welcome Ambassadors program is one way, and it's probably the best first way for you to start connecting with students. I see Minami's nodding. So she was a really great resource for us this past year, and serving as a Welcome Ambassador herself. So thank you. And there was another question about whether there's a deadline to submit the I-20 request form, or the visa information form, as it's also called. And that depends on you. It depends on how soon you need to have your visa appointment. If you need to apply for a visa, we would suggest you do it as soon as possible. And so the sooner you fill out the form, the sooner you can get your I-20, as long as you've accepted your offer. We're issuing I-20s right now. So don't wait.
I also wanted to add, if you want to connect to students that we might have that are here currently, that are maybe from your country or your major, you can send us an email, and we can send that email to those students, and then they can contact you directly. Because of liability issues, we're not able to give out their emails to you, but if you want us to give your email to other students, we can do that for you to connect you with current students here.
Thank you so much, Judy. I think the last question I wanted to address to Alessandra, there was an earlier question about what the typical student day looks like at Cal Poly. And I wonder if either Alessandra or Minami are able to tell us about their typical life, even though they are not engineering students, but they are business students.
Yeah, so, well, I guess that a lot of it's really up to you, especially because, at least for my experience, because being virtual, a lot of professors have decided to do asynchronous, which is like no actual meeting through classes, and while other professors have decided to do meeting in the class or virtual classroom, right? But I would say it's really up to you. I personally enjoy studying at night, so sometimes I find myself sleeping a little longer in the morning and maybe waking up for a class, which is maybe at 10 o'clock or 11. And then maybe spending longer hours at night studying. If you're more of a morning person, you can definitely switch it up. This has been, I think, an advantage of virtual, because you can really work on it whenever you're most efficient and ready to do it. Like I said, the virtual, the fact that you have the recordings that you can watch at any time makes it really easy to keep up with the classes. And meeting up with professor, I think, has been easier virtually than in person, because through Zoom, it's really convenient. And I've met with professors on weekends, and they do office hours on weekends, especially closer to finals. So really, really helpful. So reach out to them as soon as you have any questions. And but yeah, I mean, and I probably Minami has more information about in person, because I haven't actually experienced that yet.
Thanks, Alessandra. Minami, would you like to share your typical day at Cal Poly?
Yeah, sure. So for virtual environment, it's pretty much the same as Alexander. It's like most of my classes are asynchronous during the pandemic, and it was very flexible. Like I can study whenever I can, and like I usually, like, once the quarter begins, I check the syllabus and all the course material. And then, like, when I check the schedule, like, you see like when the exam is gonna be happen, so you can also schedule everything like ahead of time. And I try to watch like as many like lecture video as I can, and then like so that I have more time reviewing the material before the each exams. And sometimes if it's in person, it was very hard because some of the midterm season is sometimes it's like at the same time as like the different classes. So like I had like one midterm in like Monday, and the next day I had another midterm from other classes, and then it was so hard to manage my time and everything. But for in person, I think I use more office hours in person than I'm currently doing, which I should have, but it's so easy for me to go in person, like office hour. I just drop in and I ask like bunch of questions. I had and then like professors are willing to help me during the in person time. But yeah, I mean, like if you're on top of everything, you can also like go to like as many office hours as you want, and then you can also ask questions during virtual environment as well. But yeah, but for in person specifically, I get to work with variety of like students and the work with the project, which was pretty easier for me to like just talk with them in like, for me is a business lounge. It's called business lounge, and you get to just like work with them, like, and then there are like a bunch of computers there, so you can also use school computer. Like they have like Apple one and then like Windows one as well, so it was very convenient. I kind of missed that opportunity, but yeah, other than that, yeah, in person, I really miss the in person, but at the same time, I don't think you're gonna miss out like a lot of stuff when even if it's virtual. So yeah, I think that's my opinion, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if that answered any questions.
I think so. Thank you so much, Minami. And yes, I would like to stress one more time that as of today, our plan to open campus and have some in-person classes in fall. We're definitely going to follow all the county and rules and make sure that we are obeying to all the rules and regulations. But as of today, we're hoping and we are planning to have our campus reopen as of fall 2021. Sadly, but our reception has come to an end, and I would like to thank all our wonderful speakers for their insightful inputs, all our restless admissions team who made sure that everything ran so softly and right today, and all our participants who woke up early in the morning on Saturday from all around the world to join us at our welcome reception. And speaking about myself, every time I hear Cal Poly's motto, it reminds me about the famous quote of Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And that's exactly what the way our students embark on the journey of success as of day one. And I sincerely hope that you too will be able to share the journey with us. Go Mustangs.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
In the fall.
Hi there, my name is Rafael. I'm a fourth-year journalism transfer student with a minor in Spanish, and my pronouns are he, him, his. Thank you for watching the video. Please share any questions or comments you have down below in the comment section, and go ahead and click here to subscribe. And to watch more videos, click here. If you want to sign up for a virtual visit or talk to any student or staff members, check out our website. Link in the description. Thank you for watching.